And now, your first alert weather.
Well, if you were with me last night, we talked about the thunderstorms coming in early this morning. And sure enough, if you were in Idaho Falls, Ammon, and areas of Bonneville County, you heard the rumbles of thunder this morning, even some rain, which was actually kind of refreshing to start the day off. But we have some windy weather coming back in here for this afternoon. We have more wind in the forecast for tomorrow and Saturday. It's going to be drier as we get through the next couple of days, but we have signs of more wet weather arriving for next week. 89 degrees right now in Idaho Falls, winds out of the west at 14 miles per hour. Humidity is at 20%, just a touch elevated, with some of this moisture still spilling up here from the south and the southeast. And speaking of the southeast, we got a couple thunderstorms right now over around Soda Springs and right along the Highway 30 corridor, getting into areas of Bear Lake and Caribou counties. Elsewhere, we've had a few thunderclouds trying to build up in the mountains near Island Park and getting into the northern reaches of Teton County. Quite a bit of wet weather to the north of us into Montana, just skirting through the northern edges of Yellowstone. But as we go into southeastern Idaho, we had a severe thunderstorm that's been with us here for the past hour or so, coming out of Gem Valley, Grace, and Lava. But this severe thunderstorm is now going to just be a strong thunderstorm. The severe status is actually being lifted right now. The severe thunderstorm warning expired at 5:15, so this yellow polygon is going to disappear from the map any second. Now, this thunderstorm is going to continue on its trek into Star Valley, Wyoming, and also skirt into the south of Alpine. So it's going to be more towards the Freedom and Afton area here with some strong downdraft winds and potentially some hail as it comes along Highway 89. We got the red flag warnings out for tomorrow, again with the gusty winds and low relative humidity. So we have the elevated fire risk from central Idaho through the Snake River Plain and all the way across southern Idaho. Now we have that red flag warning extended into Twin Falls and Burley. We expect to see dry conditions continuing for Saturday. We're locked into this weather pattern at least for a couple of days, and then we're going to start pulling more of that moisture by Sunday. We got high pressure over New Mexico and the panhandle of Texas, and that's been helping to funnel in some of these thunderstorms today. We still got low pressure to the northwest, and here we sit in between these systems with a windy weather outlook for the next couple of days. A few of these thunderstorms will try to work in here for tonight, but it's going to be a drier forecast for tomorrow and Saturday locally. They're still going to get some storm clouds in Montana, and then as we get into Sunday, we start to see the high wobble back to the east, and that's going to open up the moisture train to get back up in here from the south, and that's going to be that monsoonal plume of energy for next week, and you'll see that in your 8-day. Vipercast, pretty quiet here for tonight once we lose the thunderstorms outside, and then as we head into Friday, there'll be a few thunderstorms near the Montana state line, couple thunderstorms possible in Lemhi County, but for the rest of us, it's a dry outlook with some gusty winds tomorrow. Same thing here for Saturday, a few clouds in the afternoon, but no major threats for thunderstorms this weekend. As we take a look at the forecast tomorrow, we're peaking in Idaho Falls to the low to mid 90s with those gusty winds in the afternoon. Elsewhere, we got 93 for Preston, 87 in Montpelier, and 94 in McCammon, with highs at 90 for Rexburg, 85 in Jackson, and 84 in Island Park. Temperatures in Jackson into the upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday. We're into the mid to upper 80s for Monday and Tuesday, with the 70s by Wednesday and some showers next week. Rexburg, a high of 93 for Saturday, 92 for Sunday. Showers and thunderstorms that dot the region next week in your 8-day, with highs dropping back down to the 80s. Salmon's at 92 tomorrow, the same for Chalice, 86 in Arco, lows back to the 50s tonight. Salmon's extended forecast showing us more wind through Saturday. Slight chance of a thunderstorm again for tomorrow, but we're holding on to a dry weekend with hot highs in the mid 90s and a few showers and thunderstorms in there for next week. Idaho Falls, 92 for the high tomorrow, 96 in Pocatello, 93 in Burley, and 90 for Rigby. And through the Snake River Plain, we'll have highs peaking around 95 for Saturday in Blackfoot, 94 for this Sunday. Moving over to Pocatello and Idaho Falls, Pocatello very close to 100 for Saturday. We'll call it 99 degrees for Saturday afternoon, 96 for Sunday. Then temperatures fall back down to the 80s towards Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And the same thing here for Idaho Falls. We're going to peak on Saturday, but then we see more showers and thunderstorms sprinkled in for next week. Todd, over to you.
Michael, thanks. In your consumer news, the Dow's recent winning streak has been driven by signs that the economy will dodge a recession and falling inflation data and resilient corporate earnings. But today it is over. The Dow finally ran out of steam as investors cashed in on the historic streak of 13 straight gains. The Dow loses 237 points, the Nasdaq drops 77, and the S&P gives up 29 points.